Interesting. Excited to see what's going to happen over here.
You ever been live on YouTube before?
Oh,
Neither.
that's quite funny. All right, mate. So I noticed all the newsletter mails I've been getting. You're really smashing it on there. It's
Still
great to
no
see.
conversions through it, but I spoke to people and they said my emails are good, just needs a little time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think before we dive into anything specifically, what do you feel like is the thing where you would like to get some help? Like, what specifically would help you the most?
That's what I was thinking earlier. So things I'm struggling with. With the quiz, I don't know if I'm doing it quite right for to optimize for conversions, but it is farming emails very well. If I can find the quiz. With email marketing, as that's probably the main thing, is just email marketing. While I'm not converting through that yet, because check how many followers I've got, subscribers I've got for email marketing, but it's got to be close to 400 now. It's been about 2 weeks been doing it, and still no conversions. So I got it on a 7-day welcome sequence where for 7 days you'll get a email where it's like there's one like a welcome email, 5 lessons, and one kind of like harder CTA. And that's not done any sales yet. Got 376 people subscribed to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Open rate 35.8. Click rate 2.7, and some of those clicks aren't to a free trial, it's just to some training resource sometimes.
Okay. So you have, let me understand it correctly. You're sending or asking people to do the quiz, which then captures the email, and then that gets them on the list. Is that correct?
Yeah. And also from free school, my free school, that also gets them to the list as well.
Gotcha.
That's another
So you're doing outreach to send the quiz, to do the quiz?
Oh no, it's just automated with ManyChat. People are commenting on my post, and then ManyChat automatically sends them the quiz.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then also people in the free school.
Yeah. Their email automatically get captured, then I have to export all of them and upload them once a day. With the Interact that's linked to Zapier, they automatically get sent to the list.
Yeah. And the objective you're saying is get them on the list and then to sell them what specifically?
Just to sell them for the coaching, just a free trial.
In the paid community.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Have you checked out the quiz yet?
I feel like I have.
There's also a CTA. If you just click through it and get some random results, the page at the end will give you a CTA for coaching and telling you what you've done wrong or what your limitation is, what's holding you back, what happens if you don't fix it, and then a little CTA for coaching. I don't know whether to move that CTA up because it's below the fold at the minute.
Let me see.
Yeah.
So do you have any idea what's the take rate of the quiz through the DMs of people who like through ManyChats?
There's a few different automations, so I can have a look at a couple of examples and see roughly. Get an idea. It's So yeah, so when someone comments, 74.4% of them take the quiz.
Okay.
or click the link to take the quiz, and
Yeah.
then I'll go through a couple of the analytics. I've got 3 quizzes. That's about half as many views as finish. This one, yeah, half again. This one.
So so
So
someone
we're
clicks on it and
looking about 50% of people who land on the landing page of the quiz complete the quiz.
50%. Okay. And how many is that like per day?
It's been up to 40, been down to 10 to 40.
Okay.
That's complete the quiz. I don't know.
And
There's 3 different quizzes. The 5K one's
okay, I remember now. I
250.
remember now.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure that I got the link through the DM because I feel like I just checked, and the last link I got at least just put me directly through to your free community.
Look, I'll have a check and see what the.
I do remember taking the quiz, but for me, I felt like the questions were great, but I felt like I kind of answered some of the same things a couple of times. And I think
Okay.
it was something like 7 or 8 questions,
I think it might even be 12, 10 or 12.
which is, I think, way too many.
Yeah, 6 to 12 was what they said is optimal. 12 is obviously the upper end of that. We can have a look. So 205 people started it, 137 completed it. So maybe. So yeah, let's have a look. Oh, that's going way back. So I don't know if this is your recent, in which Instagram this is, whether it's your personal or business. So that one's got the quiz sent to you for a half marathon. So yeah, that's what we're looking at there. 63%, no, 66% of people start it, complete it.
Which is not bad. Like, there's still good numbers. But I'm
Yeah.
sure that you could get that number higher. And just that change in and of itself would get you
Yeah.
more visitors to the paid community.
Yeah. And that's partly what I need to focus on is getting that sorted. But also, I don't want to remove enough questions that the answers become less accurate. And then with less accurate answers, it's less of a viable, less of a reliable and
But
valid quiz.
is no, I hear you on that. Of course, you want to make it actually provide value, is what I feel like you're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, what's the main objective they're getting from the quiz? Should they, because you got to remember as well, if you give them too much of an answer to their solution or to their problem, sorry, not the solution,
Yeah.
then what's the need for the community afterwards then?
To be honest, I tell them what their weakness is. I kind of reinforce it's not easy to solve a little bit, dig into the pain points if they don't fix it, and then suggest how they can fix it by just, it's a small tip below, nothing specific, and then just start free trial below that. So it's definitely not giving away too much at the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's difficult to say what would be the exact solution, right? I think step one is making the questions a bit shorter. Like anything above 7 is really
Yeah.
pushing it, I think.
And I'm looking at which ones I can kind of take away now. It's hard to say because a lot of them are quite accurate to.
Yeah, but isn't it also the case that you're going to have to do some kind of analysis on them when they join anyway? Like this is mostly just for them to see they like get a feel on what their issue is.
Yeah.
I feel like
So
you could still you could maybe go into just a small bit of some bigger buckets essentially.
okay.
I don't exactly remember. Like I think, for instance, I I kept saying like I hated doing interval training and I wasn't doing any interval training.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I remember the answer I got was pretty relevant for what I said. But
Mm.
I get the feeling, and again, it's been a while, but I get the feeling you sort of end up with some form of answer, but without any clear direction as to what you should do now.
Okay, so I'll have a look. So you said that I imagine it would be VO2 max. There's a video to start with, right? I'll just read the text below. If you rarely run intervals or 5K pace efforts, your body isn't fully adapted to sustain a hard pace, a high intensity pace. Even with good mileage or tempo work, this can cause mid-race slowdowns or make hard efforts feel disproportionately difficult. VO2 max sessions are going to be key for your improvements, but doing them correctly is equally important. And then it's next steps after that.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, what I would do is then put, here's how many people struggle with this coming into the program.
Mm.
Here's how they improved over this distance. And as soon as you sign up and get the free trial, you essentially you essentially get told what the solution is, like putting it that way. So saying they will get the solution as soon as they join the free trial, and then again, like just telling them to go there, not making it optional, but saying like, hey, you should go here and get this. Here are all the people we helped doing this and what the results they got, because then it'll seem like it's fine for you to give an obvious hard sell CTA when you've already given them a super specific outcome on the quiz, which you could still probably do with 7 questions.
Yeah.
Because now whatever recommendation you make is going to seem more relevant. And then if you also then tie the proof, the social proof or the credibility to that, then like, again, it's been a while since I looked at it, but I guess if you make it more obvious what the next step for them to take is, you will have more people clicking. And if you display enough credibility, like the people will click, and then with more people clicking, obviously you will get more conversions on that, right? So I think making it a little more obvious for people why you're qualified to actually make that CTA to them, and then make the actual CTA harder or more obvious.
Because I'm not sure, because I don't know whether to have this button above the text. Because right now it goes video, text, button, and when the question pops up, you have to scroll to the button. It does flow and say your next steps at the bottom of the screen. If you watch the video towards the end, it tells you to scroll to find what to do next. It's only a really small scroll, but at the same time, it's
I would probably flip it, just because having looked at a short while ago at the end of last year when I was doing some of the ads and capturing like data on how long people stayed on some of the landing pages. Like we're talking 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds for a lot of those visits, right? And
there's something needs to capture.
You would think that people actually spend longer, but they just don't. Like they're put off immediately, and the reason is that there's not enough. Like I was gonna say trust. The good thing is at that point you have built some trust. So you'll probably have a bit longer before they bounce, but you might not have a scroll. Or you might. Like that's also a point where having.
I've had a look, and I can't make the button higher. I can only take away some of the text.
One thing you can do is just like make the button the next step.
Okay, so yeah, I've got to take away either the text that kind of digs into a pain point or the next steps. I think I've got to take away the next steps logically. So we just say, let's take lactic threshold, for example. If your tempo runs are short, infrequent, or inconsistent, your body struggles to sustain hard efforts without slowing down. Even with decent mileage, limited threshold work means you slowly fade during races. Doing more tempo work is going to be key for you. However, getting the tempo runs right is going to be equally important. And then
See,
free trial.
there you're already prescribing a solution. As soon as I hear that, I immediately think I don't need coaching anymore. I now have the solution. And I'm probably not
Yeah.
going to do anything about it, but we're so lazy and going for the easiest path. Like, we're so driven in that way that, like, the smallest sign that we have a solution to our problem will deter us from taking the next step.
Yeah. I do get what you mean completely. So I'm trying to think how I can word it without taking it away.
Just go, like, when you join the free trial for the community, you get the full personalized program that's going to help you deal with all the most common issues. And if you don't like it, you can cancel anytime.
How do you word that? Sorry.
Just making the, like, instead of going into the small points with the solution, just making the CTA directly and saying, as soon as you join the free trial, you get a full personalized plan that's going to give you the solution to all the most common issues. Because you want to have
yeah, so I'm going to edit that as I go, just a little memory there.
You want to have going to the school group, or at least clicking the button as the
logical next step.
As the only next step, really, yeah, logical next step.
Yeah. So I could even get rid of that text there. I don't think I need that text. I've got a video.
Yeah.
Or
And
just the CTA
I believe
text
the
that you
video was
mentioned.
quite good.
Yeah, it's just whether they watch the video. They might be, they could be going for a shit. They could be at work. They could be like sneaking their phone in when they shouldn't. They could be at the dinner table. Just it's whether they are in a position where they can watch the video.
Does it have subtitles?
Yeah, I believe so. Based on your
Then it's fine.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, right. That text can go. Can it go? Oh, that's interesting. Or I can just write in the text, watch video above. Yeah, that's all that's going to be there now. That is actually... It's funny, sometimes you kind of think of an answer and you don't really have the answer until you're told. Which is why it's important to have someone else there. Just to be
so
like...
do you still have the button?
Yeah, that's it. Button.
Great, okay.
I'm just going to make the edits to the other two quizzes before I forget. It will take me less than 10 seconds. I can work whilst I do it.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, David. That is actually... Because the thing is, I wouldn't... Even before, I thought I'd way rather they watch the video than read the text. I felt like I was sold quite well in those videos. Maybe I didn't, but I feel like I did a good job of selling
I thought the video was great.
Yeah, I felt quite good about the video, and then I don't know why I give them the out of maybe read this text, which text never sells as well as that kind of like a VSL, that is, isn't it? That text, that video.
Well, I mean, usually on a landing page, for instance, you'll have a VSL, right? But then you'll have text covering something different. So I think if you just try to make it more of the same, I think that's an issue.
100%.
But
I'll publish
like
those changes.
supplementary wise,
Yeah. Yeah.
So what does the button say now?
I just the button, I haven't edited it. Just I'll know that trick. Button says 7-day free coaching trial.
Yeah, so I would probably change that to just something like get a free personalized plan.
Is free all right to write if it's a free trial?
Well, do they pay for it? I mean, if it's not free, then no, obviously it's not, right? But as long as they don't actually pay anything when they sign up, it's completely fine.
Yeah. Is there a way we could word it where it felt a little bit more personalized to their result? Like, say it's top
Yeah,
for
of
road
course.
capacity.
So
Is there
I
something
believe
like
these result pages are specific already, right? Like each one is unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would definitely just add in whatever keyword of the category is. Get your specific interval
Personalized plan
focused,
yeah.
or but I would make instead of interval, I would put it as the pain. So not what the solution should be, but distance focused or speed focused or longevity focused or
okay. Yeah, I get you. So it's not easy to word them all. There's endurance, speed, endurance, speed. So that's 3
explosive,
of them. I don't know how. Yeah, just think of the
injury
lactic
safe.
threshold. The lactic threshold one's the one that's hard to write about, but I'll be able to word it. I get my friend ChatGPT to write me some variants, and you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Dreadful what our brains are doing with just having ChatGPT as a backup.
Mate, like sometimes I go, this is the greatest tool in the world, and then I try to have it do stuff for me, and then I go, it's a terrible thing.
It's so shit. Sometimes it just doesn't fucking understand. I really get my hair off it with it sometimes.
Yeah.
And then it when it comes to like fixing your writing, so sometimes I'll write an email draft myself and then I'll go, right, you tighten this or something to ChatGPT and it'll do a good job. And then you're asking to just do a task, which let's start on this task. Mate, you've got no clue. It is rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real 50-50.
If you want, I was gonna say, I noticed some of the emails are okay. I guess this last one kind of sums up a lot of different things. Let me get another one.
Okay, what's the title of the email you're on?
It was the one I was looking at before was, are you serious about improving your running? And then the one I have right now is why you never actually peak.
Okay, so why you never actually... Yeah.
I love that you're using the PS.
Yeah.
This email... Sorry?
I was making it bold because it stands out a bit more when the PS is bold.
Yeah. For me, the photo does not show up for some reason.
Oh, really?
Which is a bit unusual.
That I'm gonna have to. I'll do some test emails and check if that shows up with anyone, if it's a continuous issue, because that will look very, very unprofessional.
Yeah, but the one thing that I actually had in mind was that they're a bit long. And sometimes, like if it's relevant enough, if it has enough actual like problem solving value, like that's fine. But I think if you're not telling a story, if it's just jam packed with like actual advice and value, I think you're losing people somewhere along the road.
So I'm just looking through them. So the first six, the first one's 363 words. After that, it's like 180 to 250. The salesy one at the end, which I think you just received, which is day 7, is 548. And I've molded it off another. I was in another welcome sequence from another guy, one of the best email marketers, a guy called James Smith, and he was around 450 words, but he's also got a lot of presence, so people go fucking listen to him a lot more than me.
Exactly.
This one does tell a story quite a bit, but I still don't know if I can get away with a 548 words.
Like, if your story is good enough, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the hook, if you have the story that catches people and the pain points are there, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Which you said James Smith. Do you know? I think we've talked about Russell Brunson before. Is that true?
I don't know if you have. I don't know much about Russell Brunson, actually.
Really? Okay, you need to check out .com secrets and expert secrets.
Okay.
One part of it is funnels, but the other part, and that's kind of the reason he wrote these books. One as like low ticket, free value stuff, but also as lead magnets for ClickFunnels, which is the software to build these landing pages. But Expert Secrets is a book written on becoming sort of the avatar that people want to follow, but it's also about writing copy. It's about making an offer that's incredibly compelling, where I think Homosia originally got some inspiration as well. But more also, it's about telling stories and like building story arcs and making the perfect like webinar presentation framework. I think there's something in there about how you structure your stories that could be really beneficial.
Okay.
The second one, .com secrets, is half funnel building and half email marketing.
This is just a book, .com secrets. Only a tenner. I'm working that much. I haven't been reading as much as I'd like, but that does seem like just the exact thing I need to really read.
Yeah, so I would definitely pick up those two, and you don't have to read them from beginning to end. But they're some of the best among the books that I've read, some of the most applicable ones at least. And you'll see like the way he has like script examples and stuff, and then you'll see like the simplicity in which he writes. He'll use a framework similar with like the opening 7 emails and how he ties the hooks and the beginning from one to the other and all of that.
Okay, I'm gonna pick one of those up. I'm gonna pick that up for sure. Well, I might even get it as a ebook. Ebook, is that what they're called? No, not ebook.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I think they're still called that.
The listening book, whatever they're called.
Oh, they're like the Kindle or audiobooks?
Audiobooks. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Audiobooks. Yeah. Yeah, I just a bit more time efficient. I prefer to read. I prefer to have a book in my hand, but I've been 80 to 100 hour weeks recently, so I'm just sleep deprived and things aren't going in.
Yeah,
I'll try to read before bed a bit, and you have to read, and then you go, right, well, I haven't taken that half of a page in, so you go back up to the top, get down, and you're like, I still have no idea what that's in. I've read and none of it's gone in. I'm going to have to go up again. And you just go, right, just really lock in. You might just get about 3 words and your mind starts drifting.
What are you spending the majority of your time on when you're putting in those massive numbers of hours?
Okay,
the reason I ask is because I found for myself that like, when I actually looked at my list of activities, I could realistically cut out half, and then the majority of exactly. The majority of like the actually important stuff would still be there.
Yeah. So for me, I'm just looking like I've had big tasks recently, like setting up the quizzes, redoing my the whole courses in both schools, redoing about page, setting up email marketing, setting up many chats, and it's like, for each of them, I'm putting in a few hours each day trying to figure out exactly how to optimize it as well.
Yeah.
There's also every day 2 videos, 1 carousel.
Yeah.
Coming up video ideas, all that coming up with it, then writing a whole email, try to figure out why things aren't working, why things are working. I've got some new affiliates coming on. I've got a guy who I'm marketing with at the minute. We're doing a rev share just for 1 marketing launch, and getting that set up at the minute is an absolute just ball ache. And then there's obviously outreach, where if I'm outreaching to 100 people, I'm getting 40 responses, but a lot of them are going to be time wasters. However, it's just still messaging them, because you're going to message them in case you get the sale. That is just meaning you're not really clocked out. Maybe there's most days I'll do 12 hours of actual work, and then it's like, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of just not clocked out, but you're still working. You're either watching YouTube videos to improve, or revising content, doing outreach, just reviewing everything. So it's weird flying room, right? Yeah, so it's just reviewing everything.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
at least
hear
12
you on
hours a
that.
day of like solid work. Creating
Yeah.
lead magnets, writing the ebook. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're still getting traffic in on the school community through the outreach? Like, is it still
Yeah.
working?
Yeah, had my first sale at premium the other day, which was 197. I've got a guy who I
Yeah.
trust is saying he's signing up for premium today, actually. If he does. So that's, it's picking up again a little bit, although January's been slow. I've just met with a form coach, and he says his has been slow as well. He's one of the biggest creators in our industry. So it's been a slow start for some things. But
What's the reason for doing the I guess the quiz is like a lead magnet for all the engagement. That's it. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah.
So the quiz is where like half the emails have come from. And it's
Yeah,
only
yeah,
been up
yeah.
like a week or so. And if I go to have a quick look on Instagram, it's one of the things that I get. This video, 151 comments, 25 comments, 63 comments, 24 comments, 18, 15 is 39. It's always just people. When I put a CTA in for the quiz, it's always people asking about that. So it's getting a lot of traction, that is, and I think it has pushed up my clicks on school a little bit. Have a look at them now. Where's the clicks? Oh, conversions, here we go. Yeah, I had 64 clicks, day before 54, 48. So the clicks are going up, that's for sure. It's definitely getting a bit better with the clicks, with the traffic. Still think I know my main problem is traffic, but I do think conversions could be better.
Yeah.
I think part of that, I don't like school's landing page at all. The more I've
Yeah.
started to revise top landing pages that work, I'm not a fan of schools. I don't think it's a neat enough landing page. I don't like not having the 3 pricing tiers on there. I don't like the layout is set out and just video text, and there's no adapting. You can't put headings anywhere. It's very much they just gave you a layout and fucking deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, the
Sometimes I'm not
reason
sure
for
if I'd
what
start again, whether I'd start with school.
yeah, but I mean, that's just speculation.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So the
do
one thing
you
I
have
figured
like
is, with this new marketing guy, what we can do is we can set up a landing page separate to school, and then where the thing for the start trial thing that would usually be on here, we can just send them to the plans on school. They just get their 3 pricing tiers to choose from. So that's one way that works.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you've then demonstrated like the credibility and all of that stuff at that point, right? That should be good. But that's kind of also the point of having the photos and having the videos and all of that.
Yeah.
What would you say is like your actual numbers wise goal right now? Like the reason you're putting all of these different avenues together, what are you trying to actually hit with that?
I'd like to get to, I'm going to get to 10k a month this year. It's just when I get there. That's kind of what got in my head. 10k a month. I like that number.
And do you know, like, for how many visits does it take for you right now to get a sale, for instance?
Conversions are at 3%. It's not good. 33 visits. But I feel like I still think 3% is an overestimate. Because there's just days where I've had like this day, I've only had 12 visitors, but clearly I've had 2 sales from that. So that's just the
Yeah,
day that's
okay.
really pushed my average up, but it's just not
Yeah.
representative across a whole wide number of
Mm,
visits. So
yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's stayed around 2%. I've had more visits this
And
month than I ever have before, actually.
okay, well
It's
that's
just
great.
beat out August, which, well, July actually did better for. July had just over half. I made more money in July. It had just over half the visitors, close to double the conversions, but I made more money. I don't know if I just had less churn.
Yeah. Well, what is the reason that you're like, obviously I get the email marketing stuff. Like long term, that's a great move
Yeah.
for anyone.
Yeah.
But is there a reason you're not, is it not possible for you to just do more outreach, for instance?
Followers have slowed right down. I've looked into research, and with people are more likely to buy higher ticket through email, so I'm more likely to get some of those premium, a minimum premium sales rather than outreach. So yeah, that's kind of a lot of the reason. Also, I don't enjoy outreach. I'll be honest with you. It's shit.
Yeah,
It's just so time consuming. You work with so many tossers. You meet so many. You meet some really nice people. You have some lovely conversations. Where occasionally brings a smile to your face whilst you're just there going out your day. You're just like,
do,
oh, what a nice
do,
person. And then you meet some tossers of like, you're too expensive. Give it me for free.
yeah.
Yeah. You just meet some absolute wankers.
Do you know how many people you send the link to on a daily basis?
This I always try and estimate. I'm saying 10 to 15.
But you're not tracking this?
No, I probably should track it a bit more. I'll tell you what, from
10
tomorrow I'll
but you're
start
saying 10 to
tracking.
15? Okay. So let's say you're averaging what, 30 to 40 like visitors per day,
Mm-hmm.
and you're having 10 to 15 people who you send the link to, and then it'll be below that who actually click on it. So let's say it's
Yeah.
5 to 10 people who click on it per day. I mean, it's more than zero, but it's not that high if you then compare to how many people are probably coming through different channels.
Well, that's what we say. I had 64 views yesterday. Maybe even if we overestimate and say it's 15, that means 50 have come from somewhere else. I
Yeah.
don't know, what probably from the quiz, maybe a little bit from email, maybe a link in bio, maybe from the free school. Hard to say, because I'll often leave a link in the free school daily.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, how much time are you spending daily also doing the outreach? 1, 2, 3, 4 hours? How much?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's
realistically,
hard
that's
to put a
time.
number on because it's okay. I see that I've got 5, 6, 10, 20 messages at the minute. Okay, I'll clear all of them, message all of them back. And back to a task. I don't want to leave the outreach for too long, and then people are like, well, this twat hasn't responded to me for
Yeah,
12 hours.
yeah,
Why would
yeah.
I buy from him? It disrupts the
But
day's flow, for sure.
But yeah, there's that, and then I'm also thinking like if you're having that ratio of difference in traffic, then what would the return on traffic be if you put that time into making the content even better or doing
That's
more in the
one.
free group or something else?
This is what I'm thinking. That has been crossing my mind. However, although more traffic's clearly coming from there, the conversions come from people from the school. That's where the
From the
conversion actually
school?
coming no, from the outreach. Sorry, that's where all the
Okay.
conversions come from. So if someone landing on my page who I haven't previously spoke to and given them exact testimonies for which are relevant to them and given warm them up to me,
And you can tell
my
that
page
based
should be
on the
converting.
names of the people who join?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 'Cause at the minute I'm averaging like 3 sales a week. It's fucking shit. So
But
it's
then, mate, like if you know that, what, like it almost doesn't make sense to put that much time into the other stuff then.
yeah, but the outreach can only go on for so long. Like my followers have stunted. Doing cold outreach, I'm not going back to, and at a certain point,
Why
this will
not?
snowball, and I will
Why
get
not
through
doing
the
any
team of my
why not doing any cold?
cold.
Yeah.
Well, I've still got enough warm to do, but I cold just I've never liked cold. It's just so slow, and if I can't convert through warm at the minute, I'm definitely not moving to cold.
No,
Yeah,
but you clearly
it's
can convert through warm. Like
yeah, I
you know
can.
that, I know that.
But I think I just want to be above doing cold outreach. I really don't. I think I will much sooner be able to get 3 to 5 conversions a week through email than I ever will through cold. Yeah, I think I would genuinely have a success rate of 0.1% through cold. If I do 1,000 to get in bloody what you
That's
call it.
so not true, mate.
Oh
But
mate,
I mean, if
I've
you
had
want to
nothing.
rationalize it, it's completely fine, but it's
No,
definitely not the reality.
but in let's say 3 months time, if
No.
I go down the cold outreach route, I'm still doing cold. Yeah, that the cold outreach doesn't snowball. If I
No,
go
that's
down
true.
the if I go down the email route, it's still email list growing, email list growing, email list growing. And at a certain point, I'm gonna have that shit figured out. I'll go because I always get shit figured out. It just takes me a while sometimes, and I will get that shit figured out. I'll be converting better through that, and I'll be doing something I enjoy a bit more as well. But I also think I will make more money through email, and it does have the biggest ROI out of everything. It's
Yeah, yeah, no,
42x.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
But
it's got
then
42x ROI, so it's
but then
definitely
what would happen if you stop doing the outreach today?
stop doing warm outreach and just focus on email, school,
Yeah.
or email and like just any other marketing that is an outreach.
Yeah, essentially, like ideally you would have one channel just. But
Yeah.
let's say it's the quiz and then email marketing.
And the free school, yeah, there's just a daily post in there that has a CTA at the bottom. I don't know how
Yeah.
long it takes to start converting.
No, I mean that's the uncertain part. What I'm saying is how quickly and how much more would you be able to learn?
Yeah.
Because if it's in,
Yeah.
all the I know personally how much it interrupts having to respond to messages. If you make it a priority to respond as soon as they come in, like that fucks up your focus for everything else.
It also just makes everything way less enjoyable, don't it? Like just
Yeah.
outreach is shite.
Well,
It is. It
I
works.
think
I'm not
you're
arguing it
making it
works. I'm just
worse
saying it's
than
shite for enjoyment of life.
I feel like when it's going well, it doesn't feel like shit.
Oh, that's true. Actually, I always forget. Whenever I've gone for a dry spell of like 2 or 3 days on a sale, I do forget that sometimes you do outreach and you talk to them to sale and you feel like Jordan Belfort and it's fucking brilliant. You do forget that Wolf of Wall Street feeling you get in the DMs occasionally. But when I'm there trying to, craft something new, whether it's build a new lead magnet, I'm getting really into and really enjoying it. I just see flipping Jennifer, I'm aiming for a sub 2 half marathon. I just go, I look at you, I'm just like, there's like a less than 1% chance you're going to buy, and I have to respond to you right now. It's
But with that
like, just
mentality,
disrupting
the
your
chance of her
workflow.
buying is also less.
Yeah, 100%. I do get that. It's, you do need the right mentality when it comes to outreach, because also when you get a few sales, you get a few more, and you get a few more, because I think there is a natural way you sound in a DM where it's like, I believe you're going to buy from me, and I don't give a shit whether you do. That converts way better, and I tend to get that once I've got realised, right, I've got a lot of training plans to write right now. Whether you sign up or not, I don't give a shit as much currently. It's the same thing that works with girls as well. The moment you've got a girl or two or whatever, every girl will want you because you don't want them anymore. And I'm certain the same thing happens with outreach.
Yeah, like it because, and the reason is it just signals honesty. Like it signals that you're not desperate, so the chance of you trying to scam someone is less or lower.
Yeah.
There's less of a risk probably. So
And
the
also, a
reason
good
I asked
coach
you,
would be filled up with clients. So you're going to think someone's a bit better if they don't really need you.
yeah, definitely. Like there's some part in that, right? I
Sorry,
think
not for
also
a
it
second.
depends on the thing that you're selling people,
Mm.
right? If you're a running coach, then the most important thing is that you have taught other people to run.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, as long as you have proof of the thing that you're promising, like you're good.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, right? The reason I asked the questions before, right, is because you have endless opportunities, and like again, throwing rocks at a few different opportunities at once can feel great, but it's again going back to the focus thing. If you
Yeah.
just watered one plant, the chance of it growing really tall is just a lot higher.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I probably need to. I think there is definitely a battle in my head right now between short term and long term, and long term will always win. However, there is a stress with the just particular bracket of finances I'm in with my business where I think an extra grand a month would be, relax. I'll be able to just kick back a little bit where I could just focus on the long term, like email marketing, optimizing ManyChat, and get email marketing working much better. However, I know short term, I kind of need to just get like 10 more sales and some shit. So I'm kind of just thinking, right, just get enough outreach, get a few sales, and do that bit later. And maybe I should just go all in on the email marketing. Maybe
Well, I
have like
think
a
if you
phone
know, for
ring.
instance, if you know right now I need 10 more sales or I need $1,000 more or whatever specific it is, and then financially you're gonna have a bit more peace of mind to then take those hours and put them into something that's more long term and will require you to not see results immediately for a long period of time, because it probably will be like that. This is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Then I would do that first and I would put everything into then making that happen. Like I would
Yeah.
then like do bare minimum of growing. Like I would write the emails, whatever it is, so that stuff's happening on there. But I would prioritize the outreach as much as possible, exhaust it as much as you could, because that's the thing you have that's like one-to-one working, where it's like visibly working, right?
Yeah. Because right now,
Um,
I'm doing good at collecting emails. I'm not good at bloody converting them.
no, but
New
that's step
customers
one,
fish. Yeah.
right? It's like you can't do the second thing without having done the first thing. So if you're like at least at step one, you can sure enough also figure out step two.
Yeah. Like I'd rather be at the step I'm at where I just can't convert than not be able to get anyone. I've got loads of people to sign up to my email list. I just need to get them to buy from me. Because right now,
Yeah.
I just feel cool having more emails. Really, I'd rather have more money.
Yeah. But the issue that you're in is also like the email. I mean, I guess you wouldn't need to do that. You've dug yourself a grave a little bit with the way that it's mostly low ticket sales
Like with
because
coaching, I'll start moving high ticket and pushing high ticket a
because
bit more.
yeah, just because of like you talk about the snowball before, right? One more
Yeah,
sale incrementally adds so little, but the effort you still go through to get that one sale, like we've talked about this before,
yeah,
but it's still a lot of effort.
yeah, yeah,
And
100%.
I
And
know you.
that's the thing. Like once I've started pushing this, at least the mid ticket, 197. Well, I've seen that. I go, that's 4 sales of like the low ticket, and really, I'll do 15 minutes of work for it a week. I just think that just seems so much fucking better.
Mm,
Like so much better. Like, and also I underestimate how many I can handle. I can definitely still handle 50 at 200, 250 a month. You go up to 250 soon, and I'm just gonna keep. I keep pushing into that zone, and I think I'll be able to. I think I'll get that grand sooner than I think. This still can work.
yeah, as long as you do that thing that's working, you will. But if you like, that's the thing I'm trying to get at, right? Either you really focusing on doing that, or you kind of go all in on the thing you're trying to pursue, but not fully step into. So yeah,
Yeah,
if you split it, it'll
just
take a lot longer. If you don't, you'll both get the grand and the other thing sooner.
yep. You're right. All right. Little maintain thing on the email. I'll optimize the outreach. I've made some changes to my outreach, right, which I think are going to help a bit. And I'm now changing the name of my Instagram so it's more personal because people buy from people, not from
Yeah.
blue tick next to your name. I've edited the offer a little bit, so instead of four is like right now, I'll build you a personalized plan for free during a coaching trial. It's like I'll build you a personalized plan to reach dream outcome during coaching trial. So to break 20 for 5k.
Yeah.
I just think
Perfect.
in their head, just a little bit more visual.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I've never
Yeah.
had such a big list because I just keep my leads in my notes on my phone and I follow up for 3 days. I never had such a big list of them. It kind of pissed me off. I was like, just one of you fuckers. Yeah, I must have. I normally I get 8 to 10 in there, and then like they start clearing, and then new ones come. It's always between like 5 and 10. I think I've got 40 right now, and I don't know why I'm getting so many bites and not people over the line.
The funny thing is, so I heard again Charlie Morgan say this, which was something along the lines of 90% of the people you get will be in the follow-ups.
Okay.
And
Yeah. I think
like
I
whether
noticed that.
it's exactly 90, I can't say, but from the quite a few outreach I've done over the last couple of months, or last 2 months, like I'll say it's definitely the majority of at least responses, and then responses that then lead to the next step, and then the next step, and then at some point a call or the CTA, right?
Yeah,
And
I
the
know.
issue is
I
you
agree.
don't get that chance if you don't keep track of the leads to do the follow-ups.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
it
No,
takes a
100%.
shitload of time to do that, but
I just write them in my notes in my phone, and then each day I've got like first message something like, "Hey, don't see you in the free trial yet. There's an issue with your sign up process." Second message something along the lines of, "Hey, you still interested in dream outcome?" Third message is something like, "Oh, you seem pretty keen to take this next step towards your goal. Do you mind me asking what's changed?" Those like the rush with three day by day messages. I'm way more likely to convert from one of them than I am just offer buy, because I'm always surprised when I'm offering someone there. I get the notification like, free trial slot. I'm always surprised by that.
Yeah. And even like
Always.
sometimes people just want to be confirmed in the fact that you're not a bot. Like nothing crazy. They just want to
Yeah.
know like this is just a person who's done what I want to do, who can help me get there and seems genuine, seems authentic.
Yeah.
Like it's again, it all comes down to trust. Do I trust them
Yeah.
enough? Like the ones that I've found to be useful are um, uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did it resonate with you, especially if I've shared like a video?
Mm.
And then a good follow-up to that, then either the day after, a few days later, will be something along the lines of, was it really that awful? And then like a laughing emoji. Because
Yeah,
people are
so
just people, man.
yeah, it's easy to forget that. It is so easy to forget that when you're in sales and you have to. Sometimes you remember not to be a robot and that people are just people. You just need to talk to them normally. There's a
Yeah,
script.
and I forget myself, and then I look at the content that these people make, and I'm like, these are just people. Like they they just have concerns. They don't want to make the wrong decision, and they
Yeah,
probably tried a bunch of things that they didn't like or they weren't
yeah,
happy with or whatever. Insert past experience, right? So I really try to force myself to be empathetic and ask questions diving into whatever they say. And then
yeah,
the thing again is also just not accepting the first no ever, because there's always something behind it, right?
yeah, yeah. And sometimes people want to say no to see what you say.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, I would, if I were you, like depending on where you're on the stage, I would put it like this. If if you're sending one message, I would do one or two follow-ups on that. If they
Mm.
then engage and you're at, conversation message number 2 or 3, I would follow up with them like between 5 and 9 times.
Oh yeah, I'm never strict with a 3. I've got a woman from mid-December right now who just like, okay, I'm finishing a training block and then I'm doing a 3-week fast and then I'll sign up. It's like, fucking hell, Lindsay, you're taking your sweet time.
But it's so true, man. It's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
And it's really, the more you stay at the top of their mind in a
yeah, of course.
respectful way. Like obviously, if you do something to piss them off, they're not gonna have you at the top of their head. But if you do it in a good enough way where it still seems relevant, still seems like it'll be a help for them, like they will respond. You still got to reach out, but they will respond when the time is
Yeah,
right.
100%. Yeah, yeah, couldn't agree more. That's how it goes, isn't it? But then again, I don't like outreach. I can't wait to the day I just send an email and bugger off on a beach.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction at that and on that day. And
Yeah.
then after it's happening or happened, you realizing, oh, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah, start painting or some shit. I'm not someone who rests. That's the thing. I always think, I mean, this business someday be fully automated. They just pay me. I'd fucking hate that. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of anything worse than just getting
No,
paid to do
man.
nothing. I genuinely can't. Anyway, I gotta get to trying out some
Yeah,
documents
man.
and some testimonials for this new marketing campaign. David, I
You
really
gotta get on
appreciate
with
the
it.
time again, man. That I think will at least it'll increase clicks, if not conversions, and yeah.
I hope so, man. And yeah,
I really
shoot me a
appreciate the help and the
message.
wisdom as
And
always.
appreciate it, man. Let me know anytime you have something, and
Well,
you know where to find me, right?
yeah. Well, thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Sounds good, mate. We'll be in touch.
Take it. Take